So I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but I wanted to touch on this Jack Doherty stuff because, of course, as you may have seen, Jack Doherty just crashed his McLaren while texting and driving. We're going to react to the video. I'm going to give my thoughts, and we're going to take a look at Jack's response to it, which I don't know if you've necessarily seen that. And we're going to take a look at some top replies to kind of get a consensus on how people are feeling about it. We're going to get into all of that in just a second. I have something I want to say before, though. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. If you were new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. Sorry if you can hear me deep breathing. Dealing with some really bad fall allergies right now, but let's watch this video. Jack Doherty just crashes McLaren while texting and driving. And you can see, first of all, the first giant mistake, well, I mean, the first giant mistake is texting and driving in general, but look how bad that rain is already, and you're seriously actually just texting and driving. Insane to me. Excuse me. And you can hear him hit the gas. He's going too fast. Uh-oh. And then just crashed the car. And I guess the camera went out. I don't know if this is a new cut. And yeah, you can see the car is completely totaled. You could be causing other accidents with those parts on the ground right now. It's really wet outside.
Holy fucking shit. Oh, Michael.
Unbelievable.
Are you okay?
Look at this guy. Look what he just did to his friend over here. Look what he just did to his friend right here. Possible permanent brain damage. You never know. These things you could never mess around with.
Holy fuck.
It's insane.
Oh my god, bro.
And somehow this dude's okay. As far as I know, he's okay.
Bro, my whole fucking car, bro.
How about your friend? Dude, look at the way that it crashed in underneath that. They're lucky that they're alive.
No fucking way. Oh
and he's reacting to it. And you know what? I actually don't know much about Jack Doherty. I really don't. I haven't really followed him, but I know that people really hate this guy. This reaction has kind of given me that vibe. So lucky.
There's no fucking... Michael, here. Michael, do you have your film on that phone too?
And apparently this dude's his cameraman. Concussed. Brain damage. Obviously not in the shape to record, and you're making him still record. Unbelievable.
No.
It's unbelievable. That's the worst part for me. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. I think that Moist Critical said it perfectly. I watched his video on it, and he said that the friendship should end right there because he clearly does not care about you. I'm over on the opinion where he doesn't care about you if the fact that he's texting and driving. To go back to this part, the friend should have spoke up. The friend's partly at fault for not speaking up, by the way. I know that's probably an unpopular take, but that is on him to be like, what are you doing? Why are you texting and driving right now? It is raining outside. Look how fast we're going. This dude hits the gas, texting and driving. No wonder. He's so lucky that he didn't kill anybody or kill himself or kill the friend. He is so lucky. And I personally take these situations really, really to heart because I used to work at an emergency room for years. You guys wouldn't believe the amount of car crashes that come into a day and the people's lives changed. The people who have permanent damage, missing limbs, bones broken. You should see the x-rays, by the way. It's like somebody laid down some candy and just went push, those like TikTok videos that I'm talking about. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. The people who are screaming, suffering, crying just because some little a-hole like Jack Doherty decided to text and drive. You guys have no idea how much we actually have seen there. Whether it's a kid dying just by herself, by the way, and then everybody trying to revive her, not happening. The parents come in and they don't even get to say goodbye to their daughter. Situations like that related to any family member ever is so not uncommon. Besides, you wouldn't believe how mangled these faces get. I take this really to heart because I have seen these things firsthand. And my dad always told me growing up too that my dad was a cop, by the way, so he's seen this stuff before. I started working in the emergency room, and he always told us, you're driving a missile. And I was like, I get it, Dad, I'm driving a missile. And I never really understood why he was so he was on us about it. And it's a good parenting thing to be on it, don't get me wrong, but my dad was really passionate about it because he's probably seen even worse, right? And then once I started working in an emergency room, I get that, and now I find myself repeating what my dad told me growing up and saying, hey, you're driving a missile, what are you doing? But his friend is at part, to be honest with you, is partly at fault for not saying, hey, put the phone down. I would have ended that friend. I would have not been in that car with a guy like Jack Doherty. Insane. So let's take a look at what the replies had to say. Then we're going to take a look at what Jack Doherty himself had to say about this. And as always, I'd love to know what you guys think about this down below afterwards. Charges should be pressed. Literally proof of him speeding in bad weather conditions while at his phone, endangering people. But I guess the rich get away with everything. I hope that he doesn't get away with everything. He should not be able to get bailed out whatsoever for this. People like this shouldn't be. And did he say suspended his license? No. Charges should be pressed. Literally proof of him speaking bad weather. Oh, this one's I read. Take his license away. No, yeah, take his license away permanently. Anybody who looks at their phone, period, while driving should lose their license permanently. There is no reason to be looking at your phone while you're driving. No reason. And I know you might get butthurt about that because I'm sure there's a lot of people who have glanced at their phone at a traffic light or something. Things happen in milliseconds. You need to have your eyes on the road every single little bit of the time. I don't care if you looked at it when the car was stopped. I don't care. Pull over, go into a parking lot. There is no reason you should have your license taken away completely. And I'm sure, like, I don't know about you guys. I have family that's been affected by drunk drivers too. And I'm sure that you guys would feel this. Like, you guys have probably at some point known somebody to have their life changed by a car accident too. And it's not even just anecdotal of it. Like, you guys wouldn't believe what I've seen in my time with work, okay? He's an absolute moron, taking his license away for a few years. A few years, I like the reply over here. A few years, how about forever? He literally had no care in the world of being reckless while driving in the rain. Doesn't even matter about the rain. I don't care. You're caught on your phone driving, license suspended forever. They need to put something in phones that can tell if you're driving. I'm sure there's some way you can get around with the technology of being a passenger. I'm so sure there's some way you can get around that. Let's continue on to Schuld. This is what happens when you drive with a phone. That's right. And this is literally the best case scenario is your car gets damaged. That is the absolute best case scenario. Unbelievable. Mellow Proto had this to say, give him jail time. Don't protect him just because he's rich. I completely agree with that. Lock him up forever. Forever. Period. He's an adult. Period. I have such a difficult time with things like this because I have my own faith, right? I believe that we're supposed to be forgiving people. We're supposed to be great as a society and all that. And everybody does wrong things. Everybody is flawed. But then I see stuff like this. The lack of care for somebody else's life. You could have killed a family. You could have killed multiple families by causing a pileup. I don't know why it's acceptable for people like this to walk the streets again. A complete danger to society. That's not making a mistake. People don't make those mistakes. And I don't think that people who make those mistakes should be forgiven. I'm sorry. Like, get him out of society. His friend, face busted open with the blood, and he's telling him to record for content. Jack really is a terrible person. That's kind of where I'm at with this because again, I don't know much about this guy, but this is pretty well all you need to hear.
Michael, do you have your film on that phone too?
He must be getting one hell of a paycheck, man. I want to know what the top reply over there. This guy's got to sue him. Yeah, look at that. Could have brain damage. Could have his life permanently changed. He needs to get checked out. He could have a brain bleed. We don't know what's wrong with this guy. So out of touch with reality, it's sickening. It's true. The dude was looking at this like it was a piece of content. Unbelievable. Jay Aubrey. Oh, and us apologies, guys, over here. And we have Jack Doherty's official response over here, except I have the reply to it up for some reason. Excuse me. Going to post a more detailed response today, but it's been 24 hours since the accident, and I just want to say how grateful I am that Michael and I are alive. I'm so sorry, Michael, for putting you through that. Thank you to all the first responders and everyone who helped us get out of the car. This could have been so much worse, and it's a huge learning lesson. No, I don't think we should give these people the opportunity to have a learning lesson. Nope. He's using it for clout. For some reason, he's shirtless. I don't know why, but I don't know. This hits so close to home, and like the amount of people that could have died in that scenario. Like, if you do something as dumb as texting and driving, especially in the rain, there's no helping you. I'm sorry. There's no changing your mind. There's no making you a better person. Only inherently bad people do that. You were texting and speeding down the highway in the rain. You didn't even stop streaming after the crash and handed the phone to your bleeding friend and almost killed because you wanted to keep milking the situation for content. This was entirely preventable. Shut up. Yep, I'm with the reply right there. You took the words out of my mouth. It's unforgivable, dude. It's absolutely unforgivable. Yoxic had this to say, we don't care about the response. There's nothing you could say to validate crash and what you just did to your friend. Yep. And again, I understand that we are all flawed people. I get that. I can't bring myself to forgive these people. I can't. We get one body. We get one life. And to have the opportunity for some absolute idiot to change that, it's ridiculous. There's so many people that exist like Jack Doherty. So many people that just don't understand the consequences. Like, it's sad. You were on your phone speeding in the rain. You could have killed innocent people on the road, yourself and the cameraman. You're a danger to society. You shouldn't be able to stream yourself anymore. You borderline shouldn't be able to walk around free right now. Someone's going to die at the hands of your stupidity. There we go. Loss. Perfect. Or Los Polos. That's probably was. That's how you say it. I agree with that. You borderline should be able to walk around free right now. Yep. Not even borderline. You shouldn't be able to walk around free. No. It's ridiculous. It's an absolute danger to society. You were texting and driving fast with awful weather conditions and driving with a friend who you could have lost if the accident was worse. Is social media that important to risk someone's life and yours? Got a lot of growing up to do. Be a better influence for those younger. No, I disagree with that. He doesn't have a lot of growing up to do. There's no helping people like that. There's absolutely no helping people like that. There's helping like teenagers that make a mistake. There's helping like kids that are 10 years old that make a mistake. But no, there was a reply to this. Love it. This is not a learning lesson. You are old enough to know how reckless you are, too stupid to hold yourself back from bad decisions. You are actively putting lives in danger with your actions. Do a 180 with the behavior. Do not come back to the spotlight until you are a safer human. He won't become a safer human. People don't learn. The only time that people maybe can learn, which probably wouldn't happen, and I'm not willing to give the benefit of the doubt because I don't want this guy on the road, and I know he probably lives so far away from me, but I don't want him on the road risking anybody else's life. Anybody. Just some poor family going to their relative's house having a nice Thanksgiving. It's almost Thanksgiving over here in Canada. And some idiot. Like, people who text and drive, people who drunk drive, people who do anything while they're driving that they're not supposed to it's unforgivable. It's unforgivable. Like I said, you guys wouldn't believe what it's like behind the scenes when these people actually come into the ER, what they look like, how broken they are, how much they're suffering, how much they're screaming. And oftentimes, the weirdo who's drunk driving or driving around high, he's okay because he's all relaxed and his bones didn't break. He gets to walk around free. The police are with him. He's all okay. But then he just killed a family of 5. They're all screaming as their life gets slowly pulled away from their body because they can't take what just happened to them. There's no forgiving these people. I can't bring myself to ever do that. I understand we're all flawed, but I can't bring myself to ever do that. Things like this make me sick to my stomach, guys. Let me know what you think about the whole situation down below. Thank you for being here. Check out this video. It's probably more positive. If YouTube thinks you like it the best, take care, guys.